I got a fish.
Got the train going in the background. We got a fish on. You're acting like a fisherman now. This is good.
Dude, I'm your good luck charm. Let's do it.
I've heard that the first time you were up on stage was in a comedy club.
Sometimes I would just get up and just do Richard Pryor for 5 minutes, this little 10, 11-year-old white kid. My 4th grade teacher said, oh, you should do this for show and tell. You should do some of your act. I started doing some Pryor, and then she sent me to the principal's office.
Guys, we might pick up a striper through here.
This is it right here. Big fish time. How was that? Something just jumped out there.
Oh, he's jumping.
Nice.
I'm Tom Colicchio, and I'm in the food business. From restaurants to reality TV. My true passion is fishing. No matter the size of the catch, I always love a good fight. And on my show, we've always got something or someone on the hook. This is Hooked Up.
I'm fishing with Josh Charles. He plays Will Gardner on The Good Wife. That's how you guys know him, but he's actually a very good friend of mine. Yesterday it was windy. This time of day it was windy. It was cold. It was horrible. So yeah, you know, at least we don't catch fish today. We'll have a nice day.
Well, has to get a little tan and
Exactly.
have some laughs.
He's from Maryland, so this is perfect. We actually stayed in Baltimore last night and drove up here this morning. So he's the home team. So we have to have some luck here. This area is actually legendary because you get these big females that come here to spawn in the fresh water during this time of the year. So you can get a 40-pound striped bass in 2 feet of water. That's a big fish.
Yeah, well, we call them rockfish here in Maryland. I just want to get that straight.
I know that. We're right here in his backyard, so we're going to get some fish today.
We're right at the intersection of the Susquehanna River and the Chesapeake Bay. And this area is called the Susquehanna Flats. The rockfish is Maryland state fish. Most of the spawning of the rockfish on the eastern coast takes place just around this area. The coastal migrant fish are the bigger fish, the larger fish. We've caught them out here up to 60, 65 pounds. And in shallow water, it's very exciting.
Let's do it.
Let's get some fish.
Let's get out there.
Cap.
Gentlemen, good morning.
How are you? Tom.
Captain Mike.
Captain
Mike.
Josh, nice to meet you.
How we going?
Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Welcome aboard. Typically, this time of year, right here, it's gangbusters. It's just easy. It's easy. Let's get the skunk out of the boat.
Yesterday was nada, huh?
Yesterday was not a great day.
All right, I'm your good luck charm. Let's do it.
We're in about 6 feet of water. A school of smaller stripers moved in late yesterday afternoon.
You said they'll come right up to the boat, huh?
Yep. Scare the hell out of you.
Did you catch one yet, Josh?
Nope, not
How you
yet,
doing?
buddy.
Huh?
Not yet. This is usually what happens to me when I'm fishing. Every now and then I'll get lucky. I don't care though, I like it. You always like to fly, Tom?
I'm, as comfortable throwing this as I am a spinning rod. You can pick this up and just drop it back down. Versus that, you got to reel the whole thing in.
Richard Pryor or Louis C.K.? Wow, that's a tough one. I would have to say both. I mean, if I had to pick one, I would say Richard Pryor, only because he was so instrumental for me growing up. Listening to his records were just godsend. But I think Louis C.K. and his show Louis is one of the most brilliant shows on TV right now. So I would say both.
I've heard that you were 10 years old.
Yeah.
And the first time you were up on stage was in a comedy club. But you got there because you started heckling the comic. Tell me the story. What
This
happened?
is true.
It's a true story?
Yeah, here in Baltimore, guy that worked for my dad, was a copywriter. My dad's in advertising, and he was emceeing this comedy night down at Charm City Comedy Club in Baltimore here. My parents took me to see him MC, and we knew this other comic because he was a friend of theirs. And I just yelled something out. I was a pretty precocious punk kid. He called me up on stage and just sort of riffed with me and did a bit. Like, what are you doing in this club, blah, blah, blah. And I sort of gave him some lip again, and I got another laugh, and I really liked it. And so through that, I started getting into stand-up when I was a kid. I was really into Richard Pryor. He was my idol.
Yeah.
And sometimes I would just get up and just do Richard Pryor for 5 minutes, this little 10, 11-year-old white kid getting up and just doing Richard Pryor bits, and just shocked people, like thinking, like, what is this kid doing here? How did his parents allow him to do this? One of my favorite stories is there was show and tell in like 4th grade, and my 4th grade teacher at Washington Elementary School here heard that I was doing this comedy. And she said, oh, you should do this for show and tell. You should do some of your act. And I said, no, I really shouldn't. My act's a little racy. And she said, no. And she insisted that I should do it. So I did it. I started doing some Pryor, and then she sent me to the principal's office. This is a true story. This is where I knew my dad became my hero, is he came down and defended me. It was like he told her he didn't want to do it. And she said she wanted to, and so he did it. And he talked him out of suspending me, which was good.
Come on, fish.
Come on now. Man, you're looking sharp, dude.
I'm doing like my best stuff here. We're on the Susquehanna Flats looking for monster stripers, or rockfish, I guess.
Rockfish is what we call it here in Maryland.
Rockfish, yeah. Well, hopefully, Leon, we're not just catching rocks.
Let's hope not.
Hit the subscribe button.